For a cleaner, more sustainable future, America's plastic makers are investing billions of dollars to create innovative products and new recycling technologies.
Here's why ads like that are a lie. Plastic making companies want us to believe they're finding innovative solutions that aid in recycling, but the truth is, most plastic just isn't recyclable. It's hard to collect, sort, and it harms the environment to even reprocess. Only 5 to 6% of plastics are actually recycled each year in the US. So what happens to the other nearly 50 million tons discarded by Americans? Most of it ends up in landfills, incinerators, ecosystems, and our bodies, even if you throw it in the recycling bin. A peer-reviewed study suggests that the process of recycling releases huge amounts of microplastics into the water and air. But the worst part is, industry insiders knew recycling wasn't the solution for decades, but they tried to hide that information for as long as possible and spent millions convincing us it is. In 1994, a vice president at Exxon Chemical wrote a memo telling the plastics industry to hide its recycling failures because it was highly sensitive politically. That same year, the American Plastics Council posed a strategy to combat public backlash around plastic waste, saying we need to get out at the grassroots level and do guerrilla warfare like our adversaries. The Vinyl Institute, a US trade organization, even recognized recycling wasn't a permanent solution as early as the 1980s. Years of PR efforts followed because plastics is an extremely lucrative industry. In 2022, it saw $548 billion in sales revenue in the US, a number that grew almost $100 billion from the year before. And the PR campaigns have been somewhat successful because plastic production has more than doubled in the last 2 decades, despite scientists speaking out about its harms as early as 1972. Humans produce 350 million tons of plastic waste each year. If nothing changes, plastic pollution is expected to double by 2030, and the amount of plastic in the ocean could reach 600 million tons by 2040. Because it can take up to 1,000 years to break down, the buildup kills and harms marine wildlife, poisons soil and groundwater, and can cause serious health issues, and it contributes to the climate crisis. Experts say the best solution is to drastically reduce the production of plastic. And because companies haven't agreed to do that so far, the government might need to step in with a plan. In the meantime, we can try to stop buying plastic items and find substitutes whenever we can.